Many times we hear utterances like, this is the next Michael Jackson, this is the next Cristiano Ronaldo, the next Lionel Messi, the next LeBron James, the next this, the next that. Statements like this are not novel to our ears in these present times. For the most part, these are words that are used to describe people who have showcased great abilities in specific fields or career. How wonderful can it be to be compared to the all-time greats? Or maybe not. Too often, the next Michael Jackson doesn't end up recording one album throughout his whole career. And even the next Serena Williams doesn't end up winning 2 Grand Slams before she retires. Why is this so? After all, everyone saw potentials in these individuals. Now, this brings us to a big question. What is potential? In the strictest sense, potential can be defined as something that exists with possibilities. How do I mean? Let's demonstrate this concept with a seed of maize. A seed of maize has the potential to produce a cob with 1,000 seeds when planted in good soil. That is one possibility of the seed. The other possibility is that when you plant it in the soil, subsequently, a parasite can come along and kill it. So the seed gives you nothing during your harvest. Those are all possibilities. In addition, sperm cells have potentials. Millions of them are released in the female's reproductive tract during sexual intercourse, and all navigate effortlessly to the egg to bring about fertilization. For the most part, out of this large population size, only one will eventually get the job done. As it is, the potential of a sperm cell is in millions, while the reality is just one. Overall, we are all products of one tiny sperm cell and an egg each. In essence, what we are trying to discuss is centered around potentials and its danger. To clarify, the reason why people will hail a certain basketballer as the next Michael Jordan might be because they believe he has the talent. In other words, the potential to be the next Michael Jordan. Likewise, for an artist, the voice to be the next Beyonce. So when you say someone is the next Cristiano Ronaldo, they are most likely appreciating his football skills, how he dribbles, who he sees, how he scores, and so on. There are some certain talents to watch out for. When they see this in you, they are sure to believe that you can make it as a professional footballer and even to the height of the immortals in the sport. However, when dealing with potentials, there is always a setback. This has to do with the possibility of good and bad. Just as you can't separate the head of a coin from the tail, you can't also separate the good and bad possibilities of potentials from each other. How do we mean? Okay, let's start with an explanation. Which would you prefer? To receive ₦1 million today or receive 10 million naira next month? Now, think before you answer this question. If you choose 1 million naira today, you will miss out on the potential 9 million naira in the next 30 days. But here, let's assume that you decide to play the long-term game and choose to wait for the next 30 days. This is what that means. You can be 10 million naira richer in the next 30 days, but that's amongst several possibilities. One of those possibilities, the person that promised to give you that 10 million naira could have died before that time. 2, the person might have been arrested before then. 3, the person might be declared bankrupt before then. However, if everything goes according to plan, you can be richer by 10 million naira just by waiting for 30 more days. The same reason why you might end up with nothing at the end of the month is still the same reason why you can be 10 million naira richer at the end of the year. This is simply because that 10 million naira is just a potential until you get it. For the most part, potential is not the thing. It's actually a possibility of the thing. It is only beneficial if it gives rise to a product. The factor that distinguishes a potential from product is time. For example, after 3 months, the potential of a maize seed must have given you a cob. Likewise, after 9 months, the potential of a fertilized ova should have given you a child. This echoes time. And time essentially consists of possibilities, various possibilities. Whether you realize it or not, myself and yourself, we are all potentials. As kids, we once fantasized about how we want to be doctors, or lawyers, musicians, and so on. These are potentials of what we can become. You can decide to sing, play football, do a lot of cool things, but as time goes on, we gain information from our society that informs us to narrow our potential. For example, when you get enrolled in school, you reduce your potential. At that point, you can't be an illiterate anymore. But as at the time of your birth, you could have ended up as one. Immediately you get enrolled in school, your possibilities and potentials become narrowed. When you move from basic school to junior secondary school, your possibility is further narrowed because now you have to choose between 3 departments: the science, arts, or the commercial department. However, if you choose to go for arts while in high school, you can't study medicine in university. Why? The subject combinations in this field, arts, makes it impossible for you to apply to study medicine in college. This has further reduced the possibilities of what you can become. It's not bad in the sense of this world. It's actually good, although there are limitations. Why do I say this? As a child, you can decide to be anything, and anything is fun while you are still young. The moment you start growing older, you're expected to narrow your potential from anything to something. You're expected to reduce your possibilities because potential is only appreciated in imagination. You need products. You can't afford to stay as a potential. You have to forego everything to become something. Everything is a potential. I can be this, I can be that, all potentials. It's tempting to want to stay as a potential, really. We all know that we have limited time to spend on it, and as such, we have to choose to be something. But that's the most difficult part. We are multi-talented. As good as it may sound, it's dangerous. Potentials keep you busy with everything and at the end leaves you with nothing. It's impossible to be an expert on 5 different things. You can't be a professor of math, English, or agriculture all at once. It's impossible. You have to choose one. And you know, it makes sense when you think about the educational tree in that the higher you go, the more specialized you become. A lot of times we fall in love with our potential to an extent that we fail to realize that what we really need, what the world really needs from us, is our end product. Potential can be dangerous. You can fantasize all day about how you can write, sing, dance, play football, and all sorts of things. But at the end of the day, all that really counts is one's end product. Most times, we romanticize potential because of the fear of failure. For a potential to become a product, one has to put it forward to the world. However, the world can make fun of our potentials. At the same time, the world determines which of our potential is fit enough to be a product. The faster you narrow your potential to product, the better it is for everybody involved. So today, I just want to encourage us to learn to see the good in potentials, but also to recognize that we need to move forward towards creating evidences. Don't fall in love with the present that you forgo the future. The present is potential and the future is your product. That's all about today's discussion, the danger of potential. Do let me know what you make of this episode in the comment section. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content. Thank you.